Today I just want to think out loud about it, something in particular, and it's about criticisms that I sometimes hear from people, and I'm one of them, who advocate for lower carbs as a way of offsetting insulin resistance or reversing insulin resistance. And sometimes a criticism that I hear from that group I find is unfair. So I'm just going to talk about, when you hear two different points of view, they both sound reasonable, but they seem to completely contradict each other. And I think sometimes I slow down, I look at it a little closer, and I think could be a false dichotomy. So again, insulin control and controlling weight and metabolic health. On one side, a lot of people in the low-carb camp will talk about intermittent fasting, even one meal a day. So the goal is simple: let your insulin come down between meals and improve insulin sensitivity. And so you're reducing the constant hormonal signal to store energy. On the other side, you've probably heard about the idea of eating 6 small meals a day. And so the criticism from the first group is, eating that often is going to keep insulin high all day long. And I've heard that. But the problem is that they're assuming that the people are eating junk all day long, 6 meals a day. But whenever I've seen 6 meal a day recommendations, usually we're talking about 3 meals of 600 calories or less, and then 3 snacks of 150, 200 calories. So the idea with that is the insulin spikes, because the calories are so low, is much less, and it's completely different from somebody eating junk 6 times a day. So if insulin control is the goal, is fasting the only way to do it? Because both sides agree that chronically elevated insulin is a problem, metabolic health improves when you control it, and protein matters, because they both advocate sufficient protein. So they're both using 2 different approaches, different tools, but they actually have the same target. So it could be argued that they agree on more than they disagree. So the question is one better than the other? I suspect one is, but I think also it has to come down to what fits for a person's lifestyle, their physiology, and what works for them. So my advice is try either one and see which one works for you. Thanks for listening, subscribing, and of course sharing and commenting. If you disagree, I'm open to challenges, and I wish you all the best.